I have lied to salesmen all the time. They come to my door and they want to sell me something, and I will tell a lie to get them to leave. I will, and I know that's terrible, and I need to be better at breaking a commandment. But I'm Tammy, and I lie to salespeople. And I bet that some of you have done that too. I bet at least one of you has not answered a door or ducked out or turned down the TV or done something just so you can avoid talking to a salesperson. And the thing is, we don't just lie to salespeople. We even lie to ourselves sometimes. And so as I was thinking about this, when they asked me to give this talk at conference, I was just trying to figure out what I was going to talk about. And I decided to talk a little bit about me and kind of how I became a part of Mialisia. I've known about this for a while. I knew about this over a year ago. Sean and Annalise and the whole family, we all went on a cruise, and it was right after they had just gone to Utah and met with the investors, and were so excited. And so I knew that this was coming. And along the way, I've been hearing updates, and I loved Bling Time, and I loved the jewelry. But the whole time I said, "Oh, that's really great." But in my head, I thought, "But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be a part of that." But then as we got closer and closer, and I heard about all these great plans and how they were going to be different, and I remembered how much I loved the jewelry and how much fun I had selling the jewelry when I would go with Annalise to shows. And I know Sean and Annalise and how amazing they are and how they are they succeed. That's what they do. I just thought, you know what, I've got to do this. And so what I wanted to do today is talk to you about some of the things that I said in my head or sometimes out loud about why I wouldn't do this and kind of how I overcame that. So what I want you to do is I'm going to sort of read the list once first, and then I'll go through each one. And as I read this list, I want you to tell me, if you're in the chat box, I want you to tell me there. And if you're not, tell me on Facebook on the Team Diamond page. I want you to tell me this. Have you ever said any of the following? I'm not a salesperson. I don't have the time. I don't wear jewelry. I don't like direct sales. I don't want to be pushy. I hate home parties. Have you ever said any of those things? Because I have. In fact, I've said all of them. Yeah, Dave in the chat box is saying he said before that he doesn't wear jewelry. That's good. But true, I've said all those things. I bet some of you have said those. In fact, I think you've probably said several of them. And first of all, I want you to recognize one thing. I want you to recognize the fact that you overcame those objections already because you're here, because you signed up with Mialisia. So you've already overcome them yourself, but sometimes when other people give them to you, you don't know what to say to them. So let's try this. So first of all, the first one, and if you could mute yourself, I hear someone, if you could use *6. What people say is, I'm not a salesperson. People say that all the time. I've said it. But what they mean is, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know how to be a salesperson. The truth is, it's not true that you're not a salesperson, because it's not true that I'm not a salesperson. Because you know what? When I find a really great restaurant, I tell everyone about it. Say, oh, everyone, guess what? I just went to the new restaurant in town. It was awesome. You have to go. I tried this certain dish, and it was amazing. You have to try it. Totally. When I get a new piece of technology, when I find a really cute outfit or a great store or get really good customer service somewhere, I tell people about it. I love sharing those things. And that's no different than being a salesperson. And so when people say that they're not a salesperson, they're saying, I don't know if I can do this. And what they don't know is all the great training we have through Mialisia. We've got the Monday Power Hours, which are amazing. I don't know if you've been listening to those or if you're going back and listening to them later if you can't listen to them live. But they are giving the best training ever. We have professionals, people who have been in the business 15 years, giving us the system on how to do this. And that's just one thing. We have these Thursday night calls that are planned out by Shannon. And Shannon, she is a beast. She comes up with the best ideas for these training. She finds the best people on the team, and she presents it in such a great way. And I have learned so much from these Thursday night meetings. We have the training guide that's in our back office that you can download, the designer training guide. Have you read that? Have you read it and really started following the steps in there? Because there are some amazing tips, again, from proven successful professionals. It's amazing. Okay, the next thing people say is, I don't have the time. And I have said that. I say it all the time. I don't have the time. But the truth is, we all have the same time, right? We all have exactly 24 hours a day, and we all use exactly 24 hours a day. I've never known anyone who had an extra hour and saved it for tomorrow. It doesn't happen. What they mean is, you haven't shown me why I should make the time. If you knew that you could do this business and that you could be successful, that you could earn extra money for your family, that you could have money to go on vacations or reach financial goals that you have or pay off debts or send your children to college, if you knew you could do that, of course they would join Mialisia. And so what we need to do is show them why they should make the time, how this can be good for them. What they say is, I don't like direct sales. I used to say that. I've said that so many times. That I don't like direct sales. And you know what? I'm ashamed of myself because I didn't know what I was saying. What they really mean, though, is that they've been burned before, that they either tried it before and it didn't work, maybe they didn't have the support, or there wasn't the right time in their life, or there are some unethical companies out there, maybe they got involved with one of those, or they know someone else that did. And so what we need to do is, why is this different? What is it all about? You know what direct sales is? It's a business where women can make it what they want it to be. It's where a stay-at-home mom can take care of her children and still earn extra money. It's where a woman who has to take care of her husband because he's ill or he's disabled, that she can help support her family. It's where people who never had a job in their life and don't have the college degree and don't have the workplace skills that they need, that they can be successful and they can have great success, and they can have great confidence. And so when people say they don't like direct sales, they just don't know what it is. They don't know the people involved in it. I always tell people on my team, I have the most amazing women on my team that I learn from every day. And I tell people about them every day. I say, look, let me tell you about these women that I'm working with and how amazing they are, because that's what direct sales is. It's these relationships we have with people. It's working with other women. It's the flexibility. And so when they say that, they just don't understand what it is. What they say is, I don't wear jewelry. I totally said that because I never really wished to wear jewelry. And you know what? Annalise says that. She used to buy jewelry all the time. She loved it, but she never really wore it. And because what they mean is, I don't know that this jewelry is different from what I've seen before. And this was probably the most mind-opening thing I got from conference, was hearing Sean talk about the future of this company, how we are going to change jewelry forever. Seriously. He said in 5 years you won't see a lobster class on jewelry. And I thought, you know what? That's right. We are the iPod to CDs. We are the microwave. I don't know. We are the brand new thing that's going to completely obliterate what came before, because this is better. You know, I love that commercial where the guy sits down with the little kids in a circle, and he says, "Is it better to be faster or slower?" And the little kids, you know, say all those little funny things. Is it better to do more or do less? It's better to do more. It's definitely better to do more. And so this jewelry does more. And so you know what? On my Facebook page, I don't promote a necklace anymore. I don't talk about my necklaces. I don't talk about my rings. I don't talk about my earrings. I don't talk about anything like that. I talk about my versatile pieces. If I sell some rings and earrings to go along with them, that's great. But I talk about versatile pieces because you know what? That's what we are. In fact, I want you to take the word necklace out of your vocabulary. And when someone says to you, "Oh, that's a nice necklace," I want you to say, "Oh, I'm not wearing a necklace." What? I'm wearing a versatile piece of jewelry. And I want you right then to take it off, and I want you to put it around your wrist. Or I want you to take it off, and I want you to show how it does something else, because we are not selling necklaces. If we're selling necklaces, well, then you can join 50 other companies that sell necklaces, and they're all pretty. All of them. And there's ones that are more expensive and there are ones that are less expensive. It's not about the price. It's not about the necklaces. It's about the hooks. And so I've been using I have little taglines I've been using lately in my Facebook. I talk about have you got hooked yet? I have this one that I've been using lately. I say, respect your money. Don't buy jewelry that just does one thing anymore. Be introduced, get hooked on Mialisia. Don't get stuck in the limited path. We are changing the jewelry world, and this is hard because people fight against change. What? We don't need something new. Well, we have to show them. Yeah, you do. You don't know what you're missing. And so this is going to be so exciting that we get to be a part of it. Now, it's not going to be easy because people are happy with what they have. They didn't even know they had a problem. We're going to teach them the problem they've always had, which is, oh, my necklace is just a necklace. In fact, at events, what I do is, and my friend Rachel laughs at me, I always tell people, as people are walking by, I say, hey, can I show you? And I use the word necklace. I have to change that. But I say, can I show my necklace? It's not a necklace. And they look at me like, what are you saying? And I say, I know, that sounds crazy, huh? I'm like, but it's not a necklace. And I take off my necklace, and I put it on them, and I show how all the different things it can do, and they get excited about it because it's not a necklace. And so we're going to show women that what they have is not good enough anymore for them. To where soon, when someone shows them a necklace, they'll say, oh, what else does it do? And the person says, oh, it's just a necklace. They'll say, oh, it's just a necklace. Never mind. Because we have something better. What they say is, I don't want to be pushy. I have said that. I do not want to be pushy. I want to keep my friends. I like my friends. I don't want them to turn and run the other way when I come walking. So what they mean is, I don't know how to approach people without being considered pushy. And so, again, that comes back to our training, teaching people how to have conversations. When I was in Vegas, my husband and I were walking down the street, and a lady said, hey, would you like to take a survey for $15? You each get $15. And we really like money. So we said, okay. And she walked us into the casino, and as we were walking, she said, well, why are you here in Vegas? And I said, well, I'm here for the Mialisia convention. She said, what is that? And I said, oh, well, let me show you. And right then, as we're walking, didn't even miss a beat, I take off my necklace, I start showing her what it does. Okay, you can totally share this concept without being pushy. We just need to learn how. What they say is, I don't have the money. People say that. I don't have the money. That's true. I totally get that. I've had times in my life where I was living paycheck to paycheck. But really, what they really mean is, I don't know how I can earn money with this company, because if they knew they could earn money, if they knew that there was a potential in the future, okay, then they're going to find that money. It may take them a little while. I never recommend anyone to go into debt for this. Okay, I never recommend that. But you know what? There are ways you can save a little extra money. You can get there. It's $199 to start out. You can upgrade later. You can't afford the big kit right now. But you know what? They just don't know how they can earn the money, and then they will find the money somewhere because they're going to get a return in their investment. What they say is, I hate home parties. Oh, my goodness. I have said that so many times. In fact, you know what? I remember a conversation with Annalise in the car with both of us saying, oh, I hate home parties. Oh, yeah, I hate them. Oh, gosh. It's so funny to look back on that. What they mean is that I went to a party and I felt pressure to buy something I didn't want. And you said to show them the Mialisia party is different. That our fashion events are fun, that women love to create new things, and they love to just try on things and show things off, and you show them how a fashion event is done. I've said I'm not a salesperson. I've said I don't have the time. I've said I don't wear jewelry. I've said I don't like direct sales. I don't want to be pushy. I don't have the money. I hate home parties. And you know what? I overcame it all because I know that Mialisia is going to change the jewelry world. I know it. I know, first of all, I know Sean and Annalise, and I know who they are. They are amazing people who will do everything to make this succeed. And so I'm going to hitch my wagon to their star, totally. But you know what? I also know that I can do it. When I first started, through all these objections, all came down to the fact that I didn't know if I could do it. I didn't know. I remember I said to myself, if I could just get 3 people, to sign up, I'll be so happy. And I remember when I had been doing this about maybe a week and a half, I don't know. And and I think I was signing up my 5th or 6th person, and Sean called me and said, Tammy, I didn't know you had it in you. And I said, I didn't either. But hey, wait, you should, jerk. No, I'm just kidding. But the truth is, I do have it in me. You have it in you. Everyone who's successful started out where we are. The top level of any of those direct sales companies out there, any home party, the people who are making the big bucks, they were you once. They were someone who didn't know what they were doing. And they're not smarter than you. And they don't know how to work harder than you. In fact, they're not better than you in any way. They just gave it the time, and they learned, and they trained, and they did everything they could to be successful, and you can get there too. So that is my little spiel about how to overcome objections from Mialisia. So Shannon, whenever you want to pop back on, you can take it over.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yep. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself now.
Okay, great. Thanks so much, Tammy. Wow. I love everything that Tammy had to say, I like to kind of, comment a little bit, but she has so many amazing things to say, and I can relate to so many of those things on that list that I just can't even narrow it down. So I am just going to focus on one thing that she said at the very end, and it was hitching her wagon to their star. I love that. And if you haven't had a chance to meet Sean and Annalise yet, you need to do that. You need to make every effort you can to get yourself to the next event that they are at so that you can hear in person their story and their vision and their dreams for this company. Because when you hear it in person and you just can feel that excitement and the love for their product and their dreams, you just automatically hook up your wagon and you're ready to follow them, and you get excited because you have every confidence that this is going to be amazing. And every doubt that you had in your mind of whatever things on that list you thought you couldn't do just go right out the window because you're ready to just zoom right after them. And it's amazing. But you know what? Not everybody can meet Sean and Annalise and hear their story in person, or maybe it's going to be a little while until that happens. But there are other people in this company who are zooming right after them too. So I want to encourage you to find someone else's star to hitch to that's following Sean and Annalise anyway. Maybe it's your upline. Maybe there's someone else on your team. I know that you have heard or spoken to or seen somebody that you could contact to that has some amazing motivation and excitement and ideas that they can share with you. So get in contact with them. Don't sit around and wait for it to come to you. Go after it. Find people that will help you so that you can overcome these obstacles and be one of the people that look back and say, I did it. I overcame all of that and I succeeded. And that is going to be a day we are all going to celebrate with you. I know that I'm not the only one that listened to all of that list and went, yes, 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 yes. I know that there are more people out there. So, Tammy, thank you, first of all, so much for all the work that you put into preparing that and to sharing it with us now, not once but twice. I'm probably going to ask you to do it again sometime. I really, really appreciate that. And I would like to see if there's anybody out there on the call tonight who can also relate. Not only just, I don't want to just hear, yeah, I think that I'm a stinky salesperson. I don't want that. What I want to hear is somebody that can say, yes, I used to think that, but now I think this. So if you are on the call and you can relate to something that she shared and tell us the truth that you have learned about that lie, please hit *6 and join us and share with us.
Shannon?
Yes?
Okay. I just didn't know if I was muted by the system or not. I have something to share. This is Karen Matson, by the way.
Hey, Karen.
Hi. When Brian came to me, hang on a second. Let me put it off speaker. Oh, it is off speaker. Okay. When my husband came to me and told me about Mialisia, the first thing that came to my mind was, I can't do that because I am not a salesperson. And I totally shied away from all of that. And the first thing he said to me was, well, neither was Annalise and Tricia. And because the first thing I thought of was, when I thought of salesperson, was the pushy, annoying, put on the spot. And I didn't want to be any of those because I kind of pride myself on not being any of those. But, maybe some people might think I'm annoying, but I'm definitely not pushy or in your face. But I just thought, but guess what works better? Just being yourself, being genuine, and being a true friend to people. And I never thought in a million years I could do this. but I did, and I still don't feel like I'm a salesperson. I just feel like I'm a loyal friend with something really unique and amazing to share, and that's why I am a part of this. And so that's my thoughts on that, and I could very much relate to Tammy. So thank you, Tammy.
That's awesome. Thank you, Karen. I think a lot of us can relate to that, and it's something for us to get over a little bit, right? We're used to that image of the car salesperson or the really pushy people that knock on your door, and that gets stuck in our mind, and we don't like that either. So we don't want to be that. And what we need to overcome is that entire image and idea to realize that that's not what this is about. This is really just about sharing something we love and then letting other people fall in love with it too. And I hope that all of you are going to get to that point where you can say, I didn't used to think I was a salesperson, but look at all the sales I have. And then voila, you must be a good salesperson. How about anybody else? Is there anyone else out there on the call that can relate to maybe another one of those lies that we believe and can share with us what they know to be the truth now?
Hi, Shannon, can you hear me?
I sure can hear you.
Hi, it's Jen Evans.
Good to hear you, Jen.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I wanted to share that I didn't want to be pushy. That was something that I was, nervous about when I was, thinking about signing up with Mialisia. I didn't want to be that person that my friends were, running from when they saw me coming and, diving for cover. Here comes the sales girl again. So that was something that I was concerned about, and I didn't want to be that. And I started to just have conversations with people. I found myself just, wearing the jewelry once I had signed up, and just being able to share with excitement about Mialisia and showing people, what it does and why it was different and what made the concept so much different than what they had seen before in jewelry. And I found that I really wasn't being pushy at all. I was just talking and sharing about what I thought was so exciting, and I still do, about Mialisia. And before I knew it, I was just doing it, and I wasn't doing it in a pushy way. And so, I just want to encourage people, that are feeling that you can do it without being pushy or offensive in any way. Just share, what we love about it, and it's going to come out in an honest and good, in a good way.
That's perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Jen. You know what, that makes me think too, sometimes when you think about this whole idea of selling and being a salesperson or being pushy, a lot of that is just about you and your business. With Mialisia, it's not all about that. We're building relationships, not just with each other, but also with our customers and with our fashionistas. And when you're building relationships with people and you're going back and forth and getting to know each other and sharing with each other, it's not pushy anymore because it's just sharing what you love. And that theme can resonate through so many of these different topics. There's nothing pushy about that. And I bet you can think of lots of examples in your own life where you're with people that you know and they know you, and you just talk about things that are important to you. The other thing it makes me think of is getting to know how to use this concept and falling in love with it yourself. If you've joined Mialisia because you just think this is a great opportunity, but you haven't fallen in love with the concept and with the jewelry yet, you need to do that. You need to get out your Mialisia VersaStyle pieces, and you need to wear them every day in every way that you can so that you fall in love with it, and then it will just naturally pour out of you when you talk to people. So thank you so much, Jen.